coming back at you with another Madden 23 video, and today we have a banger for you. What you've all been waiting for, the ace slot offset full offensive ebook coming at you from the spread playbook, also known as the pass balance playbook in MUT. You can get it from the auction house, or you can do the alternate offensive playbook set. In Madden Ultimate Team, it takes 274s to try to pull this specific playbook, but you can buy it from the auction house for fairly cheap. I believe it's under 5,000 coins, and man, this offense is so good. It's extremely underrated. Not very many people are using it, but against zone coverage specifically, it is so hard to stop. There are so many good money plays, so many good beaters. This is going to make you such a better Madden player if you follow this scheme. And this is only part one of the spread offensive ebook. We're going to be going over exclusively a slot offset against a bunch of different defenses. Pretty much every look you're going to see in online Madden. And I just want to show you how absolutely insane this offense is. Honestly, I didn't even know the full potential of this offense until I got in the lab quite a bit, and now I just have discovered so many things that absolutely torch so many different coverages. You guys are going to love this, so we're going to hop right into this. Alright, so we are here in practice mode, and we are going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The reason we're using the Buccaneers is because Tom Brady has Hot Route Master, and he has a pass velocity ability, so we're going to be able to emulate a lot of what you'll see in Madden Ultimate Team. Also, we're going against the Panthers because they have very fast DBs, a really good secondary overall, and we're going to be going against my custom defensive playbook that I use for my online CFM. And the reason we're going to be going against that is because it's going to have a lot of the same looks that you're going to see online. So we're going to hop right into this, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite plays in the game. Before we get this started, I put a lot of effort, a lot of lab time into this video, so if you like this video, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and as always, comment down below if you find any other glitches, anything awesome from this formation that you guys discover. I'm going to say it later on in this video, but if you find absolutely anything that I didn't cover in this ebook out of a slot offset that you think is really good and it's super valuable knowledge, please inform me. Leave a comment down below, DM me on PlayStation Network or on YouTube. I also have a Twitter page, Instagram, whatever you would like. I would love to know even more about this offense, and if you guys hit me with some valuable knowledge, I will definitely include it in part 2 of my spread offensive ebook. Sorry for the delay. We're going to hop right into this. I just wanted to get that down. Alright, so we are here in the spread playbook. A slot offset is going to be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth formation that you're going to find. The spread playbook has a ton of shotgun sets, just an absolute ton. I think it has over 30 shotgun sets. We don't see anything under center outside of goal line. It does have 2 pistol sets, but they're not the best. Right now we're going to be focusing on a slot offset, and we're going to start with some of the run plays. So we're going to go ahead and put the run plays in our audibles. This isn't normally how I would set up my audibles, but I'm just going to break down these runs one by one to show you guys which ones are the best and which ones you don't want to be running. So, inside zone, I wouldn't really worry about inside zone. I would run the slot bubble instead. It's very similar to the inside zone, but you're going to also have the option to throw the bubble. So if there's a run commit, that's always there for you. There is a read option. Tom Brady obviously is not the fastest quarterback, so this might not be very practical for this specific situation. But if you're in Madden Ultimate Team and you have a fast quarterback, Marcus Mariota, Tua, Mike Vick, who I'm using currently, then read option is a very good play. But we're going to go over the runs first against one of the meta defenses, which is going to be 3-3. Also, we can go against Dollar and some of the other sets like Nickel Over. But we're going to start out with my favorite run in this formation. That's going to be the 0-1 trap. Let's go ahead and spot the ball somewhere else so we have a little bit more room to work. We're going to start from about the 50-yard line here. So nothing too crazy with this 0-1 trap. You're just going to snap the ball and get to work. We do see we have a little bit of a running lane. Online, you are going to have an opportunity to break some of these runs. You might not see it so much in practice mode because you get a little bit crazier sheds in practice mode. But also, one thing to note, you usually do not want to sprint behind the line of scrimmage. But in this particular case, I do hit the sprint button before I hit the hole, because since there's a pulling guard right there, you want to hit the gap as soon as possible. Now, if you're using like an inside zone run or an outside zone run, you want to wait and find that running lane before you really hit that gap. That way you don't get shedded as frequently. I don't know if you knew this, but I like to start out with all my ebooks letting you know that you want to run the ball without hitting sprint until you find the hole that you're looking for. One example here, we didn't hit sprint and we can hit the hole here. Leonard Fournette just shoving dudes off him. But that's a really, really important tip. Make sure that I don't know why he's filling that gap like that. That usually doesn't happen in Ultimate Team. But just make sure that you are very cautious when you hit the sprint button behind the line of scrimmage for specific run plays. This run play in particular, though, I will hit the sprint button a little bit quicker than I will on other run plays. So we went over the 0-1 trap. Let's go over the outside zone. This is also a pretty good run play. Inside stuffs won't activate, and that's one of the most meta abilities online that you're going to see. People are going to have inside stuff, so this outside zone run does a really good job of negating that and still finding a way to pick up yards on the ground. It's also a little bit harder to shoot, but as we see here, we did find a run lane. We pick up a really, really nice gain there. I'm not going to go over these runs too much. They are run plays, obviously, so they are what they are. Here we're going to wait and find our hole. Hit our hole, hit the sprint button. We're picking up about 10 yards a pop on this outside zone run. Like I said, it's a pretty good run. I wouldn't say it's the best run in this formation. I think the 0-1 trap is, but it's not bad. We're picking up consistent yardage and we cannot complain. So outside zone, you cannot flip this run, by the way. It's an outside zone run. 0-1 trap, you also cannot flip. So there's certain runs that you can flip to the opposite side. These are not those. So, RPO slot bubble, we're going to go over that one next, not the read option, the RPO slot bubble. Here we go. And obviously, you're going to be able to hit this RPO. If you have it against man coverage, probably not the best idea though, but it is always an option in case there's a run commit or anything of that sort. But same thing with the outside zone, you're going to want to wait to find your hole, find your lane, cut back, pick up as much yards as you can. The cutback stick is a really, really good new feature this year, and it allows you to really have there's a skill gap with running this year. It's not just really easy to pound the rock, not just run stretch and sprint to the outside. Like in previous years, you really have to be patient with your running lanes, run like a prime Le'Veon Bell would. So we see this RPO slot bubble. Now if they are in a set that's misaligned, we're going to go over that later. This RPO bubble can be super, super deadly. A lot of people like to run 4-6 or 3-4, even 6-1, which is a really heavy blitz set. And when people are in the cover 2 or cover 4 version, they will pinch their defense and there won't be a corner or a safety over that slot receiver. In that situation, it's really, really nice to have this slot bubble in your audibles, because you can hit it and you can break one to the outside for a touchdown a lot of the time. But the slot bubble, we're going to go over this one more time against man coverage. And no running lane there. That was a really good run stick by me. There's one more run that I want to go over in this formation. That is the read option. And the read option is actually a pretty good run. Now, we're not going to worry about keeping it with Tom Brady here. That was a bad run stick by me again. Because Tom Brady, as we know, is slow as dirt. So it wouldn't really do us much good to read this outside guy with Tom Brady. But if you do have a faster quarterback, this read option is really nice because it takes one of the defenders out of the play, basically. If they have their option defense on conservative, then they're not going to play the inside run. And if they have their option defense on aggressive or just regular option defense, then a lot of the time the quarterback will be wide open to have a lane to the outside. And if you have a faster quarterback in Madden Ultimate Team, that can be super, super helpful. So we're going to run this a couple more times. There we go. Not picking up too much yardage. I'm going to go over this one last time, and then we're going to break down some of my favorite setups with the pass plays, which is really what this formation is all about. But, as I said, you don't want to keep it with Tom Brady. But when you run this formation, you really do want to run the ball about 30 to 50% of the time, if not more, if somebody's coming out in a lighter dollar set or they are pass committing a lot. Because really, this is a super, super deadly formation on the ground for years. It's been one of the best running formations in the game. That 0-1 trap is absolutely nasty. There is no buck sweep this year. Last year there was a buck sweep, which was one of my favorite runs. Another thing you can do, I want to go over with this 0-1 trap, is you can motion a receiver over, and when you motion it, you can snap it about right here, and that's going to give you an extra blocker on this run play and help you maybe find a lane. That's going to be especially helpful against zone plays. It was a similar concept to what I did last year with the buck sweep, except this year we have the 0-1 trap back, so you can motion a tight end over. You can do a lot of stuff with motion, as we're going to see here in this ebook, but motion is super helpful for run plays and it's going to catch your opponent off guard. So we went over the runs. Let's hop right into some of my favorite setups with the pass plays. Alright, so usually I'm going to have my audible set up as such. Levels wide sail, post, 0-1 trap, and PA post shot. These are going to be the main plays that we're going to set stuff up out of in this formation. And what I'm going to come out in most of the time is this RPO slot bubble. The reason I'm going to come out in this RPO slot bubble is because people like to come out in these heavy defensive sets, like 4-3, even 6-1. We'll just show an example here of what guys like to do specifically. They will press and send all their linebackers, something like this, maybe show blitz and pass command too. And if somebody gives you this kind of look and there's nobody aligned over this slot receiver right here, then we're going to throw this bubble every time until they get hip to it and start using it. So we're going to show exactly how this looks here. Little pass lead outside, racked it upfield, try to make a miss, and we're going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards on that. Really, really easy. If people come out in 4-3, even 6-1 in a zone look, and they are blitzing pretty frequently, then this is a really, really nice setup here. So we're going to show one more time. I don't know why this guy's not moving in. This guy usually moves in here. I'm not really sure what happened there. But perfect accuracy. Try to make somebody miss. A lot of times people will click on, and that'll end up being a touchdown. So I just wanted to go over that first. Next, we're going to go over some of my favorite setups out of this formation for zone looks. And then secondly, we're going to go over man. So the very first play we're going to go over is posts against the zone defense. We can use the same setup here. And we're going to see exactly how this fares. Now, this is one of those offenses that you got to make quick reads a lot of the time. When I run post specifically on next gen, a lot of the time I will block this tight end over here on the right just to give me an extra blocker. And we're just going to run this play, see exactly how it looks. If you have the flat right here, you're going to hit the flat every time. If you see there's nobody there, you can pick up a lot of yards, and that's going to make the difference between really good players and not so good players. You take what the defense gives you. So if the defense gives you the flats, you're going to take the flats all the time. That's always going to be your first read when you audible to post. Like I said, block this tight end, and we'll show the same defensive setup. This guy doesn't always move in right here. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Also, what you can do is you can keep this post, or you can make a streak right here. Now, this post from the outside is going to clear out any zone over here on the left. Usually, that quarter would play any kind of corner route if this was a solo side receiver right here, but since we have that post on the outside, it's going to clear out any kind of zone and allow you to throw that corner out over the top. So we're going to block this tight end. We're going to see exactly how this looks here, and we're going to leave this pass to the outside. Really easy dive, and that's going to be your main read combo. It's a high-low read, kind of a flood concept, really easy flood concept without creating it yourself. You have this really quick flat route that's really, really good in open space. You have this corner route, which is damn near unguardable. And then that post over the top against certain defenses, sometimes even match, it will absolutely shred it. And then when they start to use her, that left side, you're going to throw this running back angle route, which is one of the few plays in the game that have a stock running back angle route. So we're going to go over this one more time against this specific look. Even without me setting the defense up perfectly correct, we saw that corner route and that flat were both open. It put the linebacker there in. He didn't know who to guard. He was right in the middle of guarding both of them, so they were both wide open. So again, this is a cover 4 look. This is not a cover 4 match look. This is just a normal cover 4 quarter look without match on. So we're going to snap this one more time against this cover 4 quarters. And we're going to see that the corner route and the flat were wide open. And of course, we have that backside route from the running back. All right, now we're going to go over this same play against a cover 2 and see exactly how this fares. So we're going to go ahead and audible to post and see exactly how this looks against the cover 2. This time I am not going to block my tight end. I'm going to put him on a corner route specific, and I'm going to smart route it to the first down marker, so it's going to make it a little bit deeper, and hopefully it will get over that cover 2 zone on the right, that cloud flat. We're just going to snap this, and then we're going to go into instant replay and see exactly what's open. Now notice that there's a user in the middle here, so obviously when you're playing online, the user's going to cover something. Let's just go ahead and snap this ball. Buy as much time as we can in the pocket. And we're going to go ahead and take off. We're going to go instant replay and see exactly what's open here. So if we go into instant replay against a cover 2, a lot of times you're going to get a bump when this linebacker or corner, whatever it might be here, bumps this receiver right here. We know that they're not playing zone drops, and this flat's going to be open right away. So if you see any kind of press animation and it's not man coverage against this receiver right here, you're going to throw your flats every single time. Here, we did get a little bit of a bump, but not enough to throw that flat route. And we see that this corner route is going to get over the top with an easy pass lead up into the outside. That's an easy dot. This flat route also gets open, and then we see as the play develops that this post route with a pass lead up into the middle would be an easy dot for a one-play touchdown. On the right, this cloud is playing this corner route pretty well, but a lot of the time you're going to be able to throw that over that cloud. And then obviously we have our backside angle route, which a lot of times they will user, but once it gets to about right here, if they are too busy with the corner route or the flat route or even the post over the top, you're going to be able to throw this backside angle route. Even if it's manned up, right about here, it's going to get open pretty much every time. So that's post, one of the stock setups, one of the best plays in the game. Stock, you don't have to make any adjustments. You just snap the ball, and there you go. We're going to go over the same play, how it fares against the cover 3. Since we already went over how it looks against the cover 2 and the cover 4, then we're going to go over it against match. So we're going to go ahead and audible to a cover 3 here. And we're going to go ahead and snap the ball and see exactly how this looks. Same thing, we're going to try to buy time. Step up in the pocket, and we fumbled there, but that's not important. We just want to see on replay exactly what happens here. Go ahead and go down with this guy. So we want to see what gets open against the cover 3, and note these are not with zone drops on, but this year the meta honestly is to not use zone drops because the zones play a lot worse when you have zone drops. So we're going to go ahead and see right away we get a little bit of a bump animation. And you could throw this flat route right there. It's definitely a possibility that you could throw it, but you're going to see that this corner route gets just wide open right here. You have to have specific zones to be able to play this corner route, or you got to user it. That is so butt naked. That's an easy 20 to 25 yards. If not, a perfect rack up the field for a touchdown. This post, you can low ball this right here if you're on classic, or you can even pass lead it down to right about here and throw a completion. We'll show you that here in a second. And this corner route over here is going to kind of get open, but we also notice that if we wait a little bit longer, this post over the top is possibly a one-play touchdown. It's not super consistent, but we're going to go ahead and show you a couple of different scenarios right here. So we are to the wide side of the field for our 2 receiver side, and you don't have to run this specifically to one side of the field. A lot of people will flip their play and run it to the wide side every time. I have setups that I like to both sides of the field, so we're going to stay on this hash for most of this ebook, and then we're going to break down a couple different setups from a different hash. But post, I'm going to show you against this cover 3 one more time. Try to make this throw, and you can fit it in there. It's a tight little window, but you can throw that. We're going to see if we can get this one-play touchdown to work. So this guy keeps coming off this edge here, but we're not worried about that. Pass lead is about right there, and easy dot for a one-play touchdown. Like I said, this play is super money. There's certain routes that you can throw in really quick succession. And we also have this for an easy one-play touchdown if you have enough time. The problem is in this game, we know how crazy the pass rush is, so you're not going to have the time always to throw this against zone coverage. But cover 3 is one of the biggest meta zone defenses in the game. It's going to be a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 4 quarters. How to bomb cover 4 quarters is a little bit less consistent, but we are going to show you a setup later on in this video. But for now, post, really good against cover 2. Cover 3, cover 4 is going to absolutely shred zone coverage. Now let's see how it fares against match. Alright, so we see in the defensive coast adjustments here, we did turn match coverage on. Then we're going to go ahead and go to a nickel look and show you cover 4 match and exactly how post fares against it. We're going to go ahead and go to cover 4 quarters. And we're going to go ahead and hunt post. So what we're going to notice a lot of this time is that this angle route, sometimes it's going to get picked up by the match zone, sometimes it's not. This corner route is going to be wide open every single time, and this post route over the top is going to be open some of the time. Also, if you have a good enough tight end or abilities on your tight end, this tight end corner route is also going to get open some of the time. Let's go ahead and snap the ball and see how this works. You are going to get this press animation from this slot corner right here, and like I said, for whatever reason, the inside quarter matches to the corner route on this specific play, and it just doesn't have time to get back. I think it's because of that post going over the top. We see he tries to match there, but he doesn't get there quite in time. You're going to be able to throw that every single time against match coverage, which is what a lot of people struggle with. Now, we're going to go ahead and see how this play develops against match coverage, and we're going to go ahead and spy this line. And let's see how this works out here. Now this post, you are going to be able to pass lead that up for a touchdown. Occasionally, if you have a speed advantage, Mike Evans obviously isn't the fastest, so we couldn't do it there. Also, we're going to go ahead and go to instant replay and see exactly how this looked on this tight end corner route. But this is one of the best match beating plays in the game. The tight end corner route got bumped there, but it did have major separation. Like I said, that tight end corner route is going to get separation a lot of times against match coverage. And as we see against regular zone, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, this play is money. And against match coverage, this play is just as good. So this is going to be the basis for this offense. Post is one of the best plays in the game. It's so hard to stop. Let's see exactly how it fares against man coverage. Alright, so we are here in good old Overstorm Brave, one of the best defenses in the game this year. We're going to come out in post again, and this is how a lot of people are going to set up Overstorm Brave. This is actually the best defense, I think, on next gen. This is my exact setup. You're going to pass commit, pinch your defensive line and your linebackers, crash in, and shade over the top. A lot of people will shade outside as well because we know those corner routes are really crazy, and this is a blitz, obviously. So we're going to have to get the ball out fairly quick. What I like to do here is I like to block this tight end on a flat route. Flat route's not going to help us against man coverage, but I like to put this tight end over here on a hot route master corner route because it's going to break a little bit better against man coverage. So Rudolph is not the fastest. We might not get the best separation, but if you have a really good tight end or 2 in Madden Ultimate Team, this is an awesome setup. Also, what you can do is put your tight end on an angle route if they are not sending heat, or you can put them on a drag. Both of those are going to get pretty decent separation, but we're going to go ahead and leave them blocked right here and see how this picks up this blitz. And we're also going to see what gets open here. We're going to go ahead and try to buy as much time as possible. And we're going to go into instant replay and see exactly what happens. So, let's go ahead and go into instant replay. And we are going to see that this corner route just gets wide open. A lot of time you're going to have kind of a pick and rub there with the post, and that's going to just take this defender completely out of the play. Not always going to happen, but even if it didn't happen, Godwin was going to get open. You're going to be able to pass lead this freeform to the outside, the sideline, and that's going to be an easy dot right there. This post did also get open over the top, and you can freeform this straight up and to the right, and that's going to be an easy touchdown a lot of the time, especially if you have a better receiver in mud. This running back angle route did get played pretty well. just because Fortnite isn't the fastest. But you're going to be able to throw that as well, especially in Ultimate Team if you have a really good running back like Marshawn Lynch or Christian McCaffrey. And this other tight end corner route also got open against man coverage. And notice that we are playing against the Panthers, who have all really, really fast DBs. And we don't have the fastest players on offense. Now, ability-wise, we do have some pretty good abilities as far as the Bucks go. But none of these are really crazy man-beating abilities. Nothing starting lighting up there to beat man coverage. So we see that stock, this is a really, really good play to beat man coverage. And honestly, that's the meta so far this year. So I'm going to show you a couple more setups out of post that I like to beat man coverage. Then we're going to move on to the next play. But just note, post is going to be the complete basis of this offense. Post and 0-1 trap, you could run that all game and win over half your games doing that. No adjustments, just running and stop. Alright, so we are still in man coverage here. And we're going to do the same setup for Overstorm Brave. And I'm going to show you a couple more looks that I like. We're going to come out in post, obviously. Block this tight end again. We're going to put this guy on a post route this time. If you have a tight end apprentice or a hot route master, you can do that, obviously. I'm going to put this guy on a zig, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to motion over the C route and snap the ball. So we're going to see exactly how this looks against man coverage. And we can throw that C route over the top for an easy 40 yards, but it could be a touchdown if you have a little bit of a faster receiver. So let's go ahead and hop into instant replay. I didn't let it develop too much because that C route was getting open. That's going to be one of your best routes in the game to beat man coverage, and I really like motioning this guy over, especially if you have a short and elite, because that's going to make him run the C route inside the numbers, and it's going to give a lot of time to break to the outside. He absolutely cooked him right there, and a little bit of pick and rub as well. His corner got bumped, so it helped create a little bit more separation, and this is a little bit more of a condensed set, so you're going to see that a lot against a slot offset, that they're going to bump the corners. Sometimes they will bump each other when they run routes, but more often than not, they will either bump the opposing corner or the opposing corners will bump each other. So this running back out route did not get too open, but this tight end post was getting open. You can freeform this right around here for easy completion, and this zig route did get bagged, but a lot of the time that's going to be open as well. So that's one of my favorite setups against man coverage, but honestly you can run this play stock and not have too much trouble against it. Alright, so it is worth mentioning another really cool thing about this play is that this has a lot of really good stock routes in here, but if you don't have a hot route master or any route apprentices, you can motion this corner route over and it will turn into a post, and you can get pretty good spacing just by this specific concept right here. Or if you motion this guy back, you can motion this post over and it will turn into a very deep corner route. All very good man-beating routes. So we see here that we're going to want to get rid of this corner route from the tight end, obviously, if we do this. But if we go ahead and snap this ball, we're going to see that this play has pretty good spacing as well. We're going to go ahead and throw this corner route here because it's wide open. We're going to go ahead and go into instant replay and look and see exactly how this looked. So we motion this guy over. This corner route, he ran it a little, for whatever reason, there we go. For whatever reason, Mike Evans cut inside before he cut outside. I don't know why he did that. He kind of ran that like a C route. That almost looked like a double move. I think that was a C route right there. I thought I just motioned over a normal corner route, but be that as it may, he ran it a little bit weird. Regardless, we see that this angle route and this corner route were both getting open, and this flat route is going to help to pull down any zone that they might have to stop that corner route right there. So another really good setup in post. We're going to go ahead and hop into our next play. Alright, so let's break down level Y sail. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn our zone coverage match to off. We're going to come out in a cover 3 look. We're going to come out in level Y sail. And really, you can snap this play stock and just make a read. If the running back is open in the flat, you're always going to take that. It's going to be easy yards to the flat. We're going to go ahead and snap this again and see exactly what happens here. Now this tight end corner route is going to get open sometimes against that third. You're going to be able to throw it underneath there. We did not have time in the pocket, obviously. We're going to go ahead and try to buy a little bit of time. The pass rush in this is crazy. Let's go ahead and spy these defensive linemen and snap this ball. And we're going to see here, you can fit this in this little window right here. Now it said perfect accuracy, but obviously that was not perfectly accurate. But that tight end corner route is going to be money on this play. So another setup I like is I just like to streak the tight end. And obviously if the streak is right here, you're going to throw that every time. Seam streaks are really, really good in this game, especially against zone coverage. And it's going to catch your opponent off guard 1 or 2 times. You're not going to want to throw it too much or you are going to get lurked. But also, we're going to go ahead and spy these guys and let this play develop. Now that gave us enough time to at least go to instant replay and check out exactly what happened here. A lot of times, they're going to go ahead and try to use the streak up the middle. If the tight end's on a streak, then they're going to come back and try to guard these in routes, but it's really hard to guard both these in routes with your user. So you're going to be able to highball this one right here over the linebacker's head a lot of the time. And if this shorter in route isn't covered, if there's no hook zone on the field, you're going to be able to throw that all day. Of course, we have the tight end corner route and the running back flat route. So really, really good play stock. You don't have to make too many adjustments, but there are a few different setups that I like for this. So let's go ahead and back out of this. And what I like to do here is I like to put this guy on a streak, motion the outside receiver over and put him on a streak as well. And we're going to go ahead and spy these guys and see exactly what happens here. Now, we see how that corner bit down on that tight end route. Now let's try this one more time, spy this guy, and see if we can get this to work. So in that situation, you are going to be able to pass lead this streak to the outside for a one-play touchdown occasionally. It's not going to happen every single time. We're going to see exactly how this looks. Go ahead and snap this ball. And obviously that was open because there was no outside third there. I was clicked onto that guy, so let's go ahead and get off him. Make this easier. Make sure I got the right defense there. Again, we put our tight end on the streak. We're going to motion Evans over, and this is going to work a lot better if you have a faster receiver. But we're going to see exactly what's going to happen here is when that corner plays that tight end corner route, that outside third, you're going to be able to pass lead that ball to the outside for an easy touchdown. Now let's see if we can buy time in the pocket to actually throw this like we would intend to. You can block the running back. This is going to work just the same. But we do need to keep that tight end on the streak and pass lead to the outside. Easy one-play touchdown against number 3. And I know a lot of people struggle against number 3 in this game, so it's really, really good to know that that's an option for a cover 3 beater. This tight end streak, we're going to go ahead and do this, blocking this guy and see how this looks. That is going to keep the inside third away from this streak and allow you to throw this to the outside. So we'll block the running back, and you would think that you could buy a little more time with this setup here, but really you need that streak from the tight end to keep that inside third leverage to the inside. So we're going to see exactly how this looks, and we just get shedded crazy. Now you might still be able to throw that ball, but it's not going to be as consistent. I'm just going to go ahead and spy Brian Burns here because he has been causing some issues. probably should sub him out because the pass rush and practice is absolutely insane. And block our tight end and our running back. We're going to see if we can still throw this. And we get shedded up the A gap. It was getting open. We're going to go ahead and go into instant replay and check this out. Now the streak, we see this this corner right here is programmed to know that this tight end corner route is coming, and he's going to bite down on that tight end corner route, and that's going to allow us to pass lead this streak up into the outside over that corner's head for an easy one-play touchdown. It does work when the tight end isn't on a streak, but it just works better when the tight end is on a streak. Also, you have that possibility to throw a seam streak, which is going to catch your opponent off guard occasionally, so I like to keep the tight end there on the streak. And we notice that motion is going to be utilized a lot in this offense. It's just going to make it really, really good and separate you from other players, because a lot of guys will just run these plays stock. And while they are good stock, adding some motion into it is going to bring it to the next level. Also, this same setup is a one-play touchdown on current gen as well. So keep that in mind for my current gen boys that are watching this video. You can use this same setup in regs or ultimate team on current gen. It's going to be a one-play touchdown every single time. So we see what works against cover 3. One more setup I like here is I like to put my tight end on a flat and my slot receiver on a curl. What a lot of guys will do is they will run a defense that looks like just double Mabel, and they will use this hook curl right here, Jeremy Chin. So we're going to see exactly how this looks against this. Again, we're going to spy Brian Burns, and we're going to see that the pass rush in this is just absolutely insane. So let's do the same setup. We're going to spy the whole D-line. And again, we're using Jeremy Chin here. Some guys will even man up the running back a lot out of this formation, because we're going to be running post a lot, and that tight end or that running back angle route is going to be a big threat. Well, let's go ahead and snap the ball and see exactly what this does to the zones. And we see that this curl flat combo, it just absolutely shreds against zone coverage. Curl flat is a really, really good concept. Now, if there's a hook curl there, a lot of times you won't be able to throw that. But online, a lot of the time, people will just use the middle of the field, and they won't keep any hook curls on the field. So if you are playing somebody that's running more basic coverage, that might not always be open, but it's a really good backside route concept when you're trying to throw either that tight end corner route or the one-play touchdown. And always remember that you have to check down to your running back. So we'll go into instant replay and see exactly how this one fares. We're going to see that the running back is wide open right away. Always, if you have this, take it every single time. And we see again that the corner did not bite down as hard on this tight end corner route, and it left it wide open. So obviously, in this situation, we're going to throw the tight end corner route. Alright, so we went over level Y sale against a cover 3 look. Let's go ahead and audible to a cover 2. See exactly how this same setup fares. We're going to go ahead and streak this guy. Motion over this streak, and we're going to see exactly how this looks. Again, spy the defensive line. Because the pass rush is insane, we're going to go ahead and let this play develop. And we do have this tight end route right here, which is going to be what you're looking for against a cover 2 a lot of the time. Also, the running back flat route was wide open, and we're going to see exactly what happened with the seam streaks. Hop into instant replay here, and we're going to see that this seam streak from the tight end, this deep safety plays it pretty well, and we were using the wrong guy. Usually there would be a deep half right here that's playing this seam streak, but since we had our user there and we are not active on the other controller, obviously that did not work out the same. So let's go ahead and do this again without the motion and see how this looks. Obviously we're going to get user off Jeremy Chin here. We go ahead and hop into level Y sail again. And we're going to audible to a cover 2 look. So usually in a cover 2, your opponent is going to be using this guy in the middle. Same setup right here. Let's see exactly how this looks. Spy the defense. I know, I'm sorry that some of these setups take a little bit longer because we got to set up the defense, that way we don't get screamed at. But I just want to show you exactly how it's going to look online. And we see that this corner route for the tight end is still going to get open against the cover 2. Cover 2 zones do not do the best job at playing the deep sidelines. So obviously you're going to have that open against a cover 4. I did not mean to snap the ball there. But against a cover 4 look, this might not be the best play to run, but it is a nice little level concept. So let's keep that in mind. Match is not on. We audible to a cover 4. Same setup here. Go ahead and just try to buy some time in the pocket. Now we do have this little backside in route, and we also have the deeper dig route from our slot receiver. If we go into instant replay, well, we're going to see that that tight end corner route does not get nearly as open in a cover 4 look as it does in a cover 3 look. That corner is going to play this super well. As we see, he was coming down really hard on this tight end corner route. So let's go ahead and see how it looks with the motion. Then we're going to hop into man coverage for the last setup for this play. Go ahead and audible to level Y sail and cover 4 quarters. Now what I like to do against cover 4 for this specific play is I like to motion this guy over, because he's going to motion over a little bit farther in the formation, and that's going to do a better job of pulling that outside quarter down. What you can also do is you can smart route this in route, that way it's a little bit deeper. And let's see exactly how this looks offensively. So we do have the running back route, and we do see that that streak from the outside is going to pull that outside quarter away from the tight end corner route, so that is a way to get around cover 4. We're going to see what the normal motion looks like against cover 4, just so I can show you that it doesn't do as good of a job. I usually motion outside guy. Sorry guys, a little foggy tonight. I'm trying to pump out a whole bunch of videos, so I am recording these in succession. Motion over this guy, and we're going to see that since he's a little bit farther inside the numbers, he's not going to pull down that inside corner quite as well. We're going to go ahead and snap this ball, make sure we get our user off Jeremy Chin. We want him on Littleton here, and we're going to see that that quarter plays that corner route way better in cover 4 when you motion over the outside guy as opposed to the slot receiver. So we're going to go ahead and show you against man coverage how this looks against press man. There are some decent setups out of this. This corner route is really good at beating man coverage. Honestly, you can just snap this play stock. We're going to go ahead and see how it looks. Now this corner route does beat man coverage fairly well if you have a better tight end. Both those in routes were open, and also that other in route from the tight end from the other side did get open as well. But this isn't the best play against man coverage. We have some better plays out of a slot offset against man coverage, and I wouldn't recommend that you're running level sail against man coverage every single play, or else you're going to struggle quite a bit. So those are my favorite setups for level sail against every single defense. Now let's go ahead and hop into a couple different plays, and then we'll call this a video. Alright, so we're going to come out and play smash here, and we're going to come out and same defense. We're going to start with cover 3, and we see that this is kind of a weird corner route from the tight end right here, and this is also going to get over zoned a little bit better. So I like to keep this little hitch here, and a lot of the time I will just leave that just how it is. Put my running back on an out route, and you can motion this over and keep this post just how it is, but I'm going to put this on a streak just for the sake of this video. I'm going to go ahead and snap this ball and see exactly how this looks.
You know who made it.
And we see that this also does a really good job of getting over the zones in cover 3. It does take a little bit longer to develop, so it's not the best, but also what you can do is you can put your seam streak tight end on a flat route. We're going to see exactly how this fares against cover 3. This corner route should get open, and that's a little bit deeper corner route than post, so those are a couple setups for this play. Also, against a cover 2, this play is going to be super good. This route from the tight end is going to do a really good job of attacking the seams. Really what I like to do is I like to put my running back on a streak and motion him out. And then I like to put this receiver on a seam streak as well. Now, I am going to spy this guy so I have a little bit of time in the pocket. And just the spacing of this weird vertical route by the tight end is going to get right in the soft spot of this cover 2. And with a good pass lead, easy one-play touchdown against cover 2. It's not a straight-up streak route. It kind of sifts to the middle of the field. So we're going to show you how this fares without the running back vertical route against a cover 2. And sometimes you can still throw this, as we can right here. We do get, he drops the ball, but as we see, it's still open. This streak on the outside, though, is going to help us get open if we keep this hitch here. Go ahead and snap the ball, this play stock, and see exactly how this works against the cover 2. Honestly, you can throw it right there. This route is really good vertical route. You just might not be able to rack it up the field for as many yards if you throw it against a cover 2, but it does still get open. Also, this hitch is going to pull down this cloud on the left side, and it's going to allow this corner route to get very open. And we're going to go ahead and just run this play stock, block our running back against a cover 2, this play develop. We're seeing that corner route's getting open, and that corner route from the tight end is getting open as well. We're going to use the replay and show you one more time. I don't run this play a whole lot, but it does do a good job of getting in the soft spots of zones. Against cover 2 specifically, it's a really good play. So let's hop into instant replay, and we're going to see that this cloud over here is pulled down by this hitch. Leave this corner route wide open. You can maybe even rack this up the field for a touchdown. Again, we had the tight end route wide open against the cover 2. And then if we had a little bit more time on the play, you would also be able to pass lead. This tight end S corner route to the outside for a huge gain as well. So this play is an absolute cover 2 killer, but against some other defenses it's not going to fare as well. I can show you against man coverage. What I would do against man coverage is I would motion this hitch over and motion block him if they're blitzing. And we're going to see that this tight end route doesn't do the best job of beating man coverage there, and neither does that corner route. So, again, this isn't the best play against man coverage, but against cover 2 specifically, this play is just awesome. So, keep that in mind. You do have this in your arsenal if your opponent is running a lot of cover 2, although it's not super meta this year. Alright, so another really good zone beating play out of this playbook is going to be this post wheel shallow. Now, we see that it has an S post on the play, which is really good, getting separation against man in a lot of different Maddens, but this year they just take so long to develop, and a lot of people are going to have an inside third over the top. But S posts aren't the greatest, although they will get separation against man occasionally. It just takes so long to develop that it's really hard to throw those kind of routes. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this against a cover 3 here, and see exactly why I like this play. Now this S post against man, you can try to keep it on the field, and like I said, you will get separation a lot of the time. But what I like to do here, this is a really nice concept. This is a super unique curl route in the middle of the field here, and what I like to do is I like to put my outside receiver on a streak. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're looking for this wheel route on the outside against zone. Now a lot of times people are going to press their zone and pass commit, all that jazz. I like to put my tight end on a corner route and my running back on an out route. You can also put your tight end on a streak for a seam streak concept, and your running back on a ghost route if you have hot route master, and that's going to give you a nice little spacing concept. But I like to put my tight end on a corner route and then my running back on an out route. If you don't have hot route master, this is a nice setup. And this wheel, we're going to notice against cover 3 specifically, is going to be really, really nice. We're going to be able to throw this to the outside for an easy first down. If your opponent's playing a lot of zone, this is going to really catch them off guard because people don't run this play a lot. So we're going to go ahead and check this out, how this works against the cover 2. Now same concept here. We know that tight end corner route is going to get open against the cover 2. We're going to see exactly how this wheel route fares against the cover 2. And if you can buy time, we did almost throw a pick there, but I'm going to show you one more time. See if we can spy some guys and buy some time. You are going to be able to throw this on the sideline against the cover 2 for a nice little gain. Also, you can also throw it a little bit earlier. I like it better against a cover 3. But you get a nice little pick and rub there, and against a cover 2, that is a nice little gain as well. We're going to see how this fares against the cover 4. Cover 4. And it's a little bit tighter of a window there, but we still did get the pass off. You can also quick throw this when you see that they're not playing hard flats. We can throw this ball right away and pick up a few yards. That streak is going to pull any zone away from this wheel route on the outside. It's a really unique wheel route. It's kind of like a vertical wheel route out of bunch, except it's out of a slot, and not a lot of people know this play exists. So you can catch them off guard pretty frequently. It's a nice little zone beater. Again, you're going to see how it looks against the cloud flat. Cloud flats are going to play it a little bit better, but if your opponents are playing curl flats consistently, you're going to be able to throw this. And bam, nice little 15 yards. Nice and easy. So this is a nice little gadget play to have in your arsenal, just in case you're having trouble moving the ball against zone coverage. Alright, so we're in the same play, and what I did notice here is that for whatever reason, the DBs aren't pressing in this play. So take that as you will, but if we snap the ball here, I was in a press, and for whatever reason, I don't know if this will work online, but I'll show you on my adjustments. I'm shading down and everything. They're just not pressing. So shade down pass command, and for whatever reason, they're just not getting the press animations. So take that as you will. Against man coverage, that could be a really nifty thing if it works online the same way. But I just noticed that in practice mode. I thought I'd include it in this ebook because that is something you could definitely take advantage of if this specific play you can't get pressed out of. I don't know if it's because they're a little bit farther off the line of scrimmage or what, but if we notice, if we audible the post, they don't move any farther in, but we are going to get pressed out of post. So for whatever reason, that play specifically, I don't know if it's those routes or it's just the alignment, but they were not pressing them in man coverage. So that could be something super glitchy. If you guys can figure out how to take advantage of it, definitely let me know. So this year's ebook is going to be a lot different than last year's ebook, just because the gun A-slot offset and the spread playbook has a lot of different, really unique plays in it that the Patriots playbook last year did not have. So we're going to come out in this 64 Y/U cross, and we're going to go ahead and show this against the cover 2 and a cover 3. We'll go ahead and look at a cover 4 as well. But we noticed that this zig route is going to do a really good job against man coverage. But also, this is a weird little crossing route that's also going to do a decent job against man coverage. I really like this tight end route though. What I like to do is I like to motion this guy over, and I like to put my other tight end on a flat, and you can keep this check and release route from the running back if you're worried about pressure. But we're going to see that we have a cover 3 here. We're going to see exactly how this looks against the cover 3. And we're going to notice that this little slice route, it got picked off there. But if they're playing cloud flats, you are able to throw that. So we're going to go ahead and shade down, shade up. Motion this guy over. Snap the ball. Now curl flats played it, cloud flats did not. Also, just a nice little nifty zone beater. If you're having trouble beating zone online, it's a super unique concept. People are never going to see that route coming against a cover 2. I'm going to go ahead and see how this fares here. You can also put your running back on a wheel route. We're going to see the flats open. And that tight end route was getting open as well. And it also pulled the zones down for you to have a little bit of window to throw the wheel. So again, against cover 2. And you can throw the wheel right there. We also noticed that there's a lot of congestion in that little area, but I'll go ahead and go in the instant replay here. And this is a stock zig route, so it's going to do a pretty good job of finding the soft spot in the zone right there. You can throw that right there a lot of time, and then you're going to have that backside in route too. I'll run this one more time. We're just going to let the play run out. We're not going to throw anything. We'll show you exactly how this looks against the cover 2. Spy the D line, let it play out. I know it looks like a really weird route combo, but it's really not too bad at all. Let's go ahead and snap this ball. And we're going to see that backside big route is doing a really good job getting open, and it's all route bounces from there. All the way. Hop in the instant replay and see exactly what we need to be looking for. So go to instant replay. And like I said, you can throw this tight end route. It finds a soft spot against the cover 2. The flat is also open. It's compromising this corner. He really doesn't know who to play. The check and release route from the running back pulls this hook curl down, and it's going to leave you a wide open lane to throw this backside dig route. And like I said before, this little zig does find a little soft spot in the zone. You have to throw it like right here. it's a tight throw, but with the set feet lead ability, you can do it if you have the passing velocity ability. So this is a nice little gadget play. You know, you're not going to use it a whole lot, but it is a nice little thing to have in your arsenal online. We'll go ahead and show you against and show you against the cover 4 how it's going to fare. So same setup. Snap the ball, and we can throw this against the cover 4. So decent little play. All right, so we're going to go over this play real quick. We're going to go over PA verts. Now I just discovered this. This will work online though. This is a little cover 3 beater, so we're not going to go up against every coverage with this specific play. I'm just going to show you against cover 3 specifically, and we're going to go ahead and spy the D line. That way we don't get screamed at as usual. And we see the play art here. Basically what we're going to do is, this is a little bit of a weirder cover 3 beater, but it does work very well. So we're going to streak triangle. We're going to put Evans over here on the left on a comeback route. We're going to motion him over. Now these are the only routes that you need for this cover 3 beater to work. From what I've seen, it only works from the wide side. You might be able to make it work from the short side or the middle hash, but I'm not 100% sure. We're going to snap this thing and see exactly what happens here. And we're going to see that this little crossing route gets crazy open against cover 3. Just insane separation. I'm going to show you one more time just to show you it wasn't a fluke. And we see our user here is on a hook curl. We're going to go ahead and put him on the defensive line just to show you that's not a fluke either. So on a comeback route, we streak this guy. You can cancel the play action. You can block both these guys. It works either way. But we see how wide open this gets against cover 3. This is an excellent cover 3 beater, one of the best that I've seen in the game so far. So, PA verts, that's the setup. Against cover 3, this play is absolute money. I just want to go over this real quick because I just discovered it. Now we're going to go ahead and go over PA post shots, and then we're going to end the video. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Alright, the final play we are going to be going over in our gun A slot, part 1 of our spread offensive ebook is going to be PA post shot, and this is an absolute money play. It actually has been for a couple of years. I'm going to show you exactly why. We're going to come out in a cover 4 first, and I'm going to show you exactly how this fares against a cover 4. I'll show you against a cover 6 as well, just for good measure. It's PA post shot. And basically our only setup here is going to be streak this slot receiver, Godwin here, and I'm going to go ahead and spy all these guys on the line. I don't want to get yelled at when I show you this. The pass rush in practice mode is absolutely insane. So we see her in a cover 4 here, not match, just a regular cover 4, and all we did was streak our slot, and we can go ahead and snap the ball now. And we're going to see that this post gets wide open over the top for a 1-play touchdown. Absolute money play. If they're playing just straight up cover 4 quarters without match on, it's going to be a 1-play touchdown every time, as long as you have time to throw the ball. Now, a couple different setups for this. You can keep this crosser, which does find a pretty good soft spot in the zone, or you can smart route it to the first down line and put a little in route there. That's a super nice check down. If you don't have time to throw the post, that will be open a lot of the time. You can also put your running back on an out route. If you have hot route master or backfield apprentice, you can put him on a ghost. You can even put him on a curl just to occupy the user, so you have time to throw this. But I do like this check and release. Blocking tight end flat route, he's going to block for a second, help on this double team, and then he's going to go ahead and delay to the flat after a second or two. So we're going to go ahead and see how this plays against a normal pass rush. Like I said, cover 4 right there. And we're going to try to find time to throw this thing. And we got yelled at, but we did see that he was getting open over the top. So let's go ahead and block our running back this time and see if we can find time to throw this that way. And I keep getting sacked like right when it gets open. I'm not going to do this too many times, but I'm just going to show you like real time, realistically, how much time you're going to have to throw this thing. If you have a mobile quarterback, you can roll outside the pocket, make it a lot easier. You can also double team this guy, cancel the play action. You know how to do your blocking protection. I messed up there, but you guys get the point. It's a one-play touchdown against cover 4. I'm going to show you one more time, just for good measure. It's not a fluke. This does work every time. It's going to work online pretty consistently as long as you have time. If they're in a quarter set or a dollar set, running in cover 4 dropped, that's going to be really, really good for this setup because you're going to have all the time in the world to throw this thing. If they're rushing 4 and they have some kind of crazy pass rusher like Brian Burns, maybe not so much. But we see here, we do get a little bit of a bad pass there. It says perfect accuracy, but you saw that he was wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. 50-yard bomb, that's going to work from about the 40-yard line all the way back to the other side of the field. If you're too short, if you're inside, you're on 40, you're not going to be able to throw this thing. You will get picked off a lot, but beyond that 40-yard mark, it's going to be a one-play touchdown pretty much every single time against cover 4, as long as you have time to throw it. Now, I showed you against cover 4 exactly how we set this play up, and against cover 3, we're going to do the same thing. Only difference is the timing is a little bit different. So, we're going to go ahead and spy these guys, just so I can show you one time. And we'll keep this crossing route. I'm going to keep the play action here. And you're still going to be able to throw this thing, but you have to wait till it gets past this safety right here, and we can throw it right there. He does stop his route a little bit, but he is not going to do that every time, so let's audible to a cover 3. And we're going to go ahead and spy these guys again. It's really annoying that I have to do this, but practice mode pass rush is better than pass rush you're going to see in online games. For whatever reason, it's been like that for years, but you just get yelled at in practice mode. So we're going to go ahead and show you this one more time. Now you are going to be able to throw this thing. I threw it a little bit too early, but trust me, you're going to be able to throw this against cover 3. Honestly, it works better if we're on the other hash. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that, exactly how that works. We're going to go ahead and same setup. Same setup here. And we'll show you exactly how this works. As soon as he passes the safety, right now, we're going to throw this thing. And he does stop his route a little bit, but if you time it perfectly, you're going to have a one-play touchdown against cover 3 too. Only difference is, against cover 3, I really don't like this as much. I like the other cover 3 beater because it doesn't take as long to develop. This is a super, super long developing post route, and if you have time to throw it, it's going to be money, but a lot of the time online, you won't have time to throw it. So I just wanted to show you that against cover 3. I'm going to move back to the other hash now and show you what I like to do with this play against cover 2 and then man coverage. This isn't the best play against man coverage, but it can be pretty consistent. On current gen, this is awesome against man coverage. I have a really, really good setup that I'm going to show you guys on my current gen A-slot ebook once we get there. But next gen, this is a really, really good bomb play for zone coverage. Against man coverage, it does not get crazy separation. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. So, against cover 2, Tampa 2, I'm going to spy these guys. And we're going to show you how the same setup fares. Now, you are still going to be able to throw this. It's a little bit of a tighter window, but it's not too crazy. But that's not my favorite setup for this play against cover 2. What I really like to do is I like to put this guy on a streak, leave this guy on a zig, and then I'm going to motion over this post. If you have Hot Route Master, you can even put this tight end on a corner route. And we're going to go ahead and spy these guys, audible to a cover 2. And I'm going to show you exactly why I like this so much. and we're gonna see that this post gets in a soft spot for the cover 2, and we have a one-play touchdown. Now I'm gonna show you exactly what happens when you don't streak the other tight end. You still can throw it, but it's not as consistent. We'll leave this guy in the crossing route, and we'll show you exactly what happens here. And that's why I spy everybody. So let's try this one more time. I probably should have just taken Brian Burns out of the game. That dude's going crazy. Alright, bada boom, bada bing. So we're gonna put this guy in a regular crosser, motion this man over, and go ahead and block him. And we'll keep the play action just because. I'm gonna show you exactly what happens here. Now it still does get in the soft spot of the zone. You can throw that for a one-play touchdown, but the safety does follow. So that is why I like this particular setup. And also, if we're gonna go ahead and audible to a cover 2 here, we also have a nice little flood concept on the left side, just in case we don't have time to throw that deep post route. So let's go ahead and snap the ball, and we see that tight end corner route is getting opened, and Mike Evans wide open for a touchdown. So against cover 2, that's how I like to run this play. There are a few different ways to run it, but that is definitely my favorite. You can also smart route this post against man coverage. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to go over to overload blitz, and we'll set this up just like somebody would set up over Storm Brave. Here, and what I like to do against the blitz is you can either put this guy on a zig and this guy on a drag, and you can put that tight end on a regular crosser, but I like to put it on the post, and you smart route that post from the outside, which is going to take it to the first down marker. See, it's a little bit shorter when we smart route it. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel the play action, and of course we're getting yelled at, but that post will get open over the top a lot of the time. Try to show you this 15 times in practice mode, but just note that post is a pretty good man beater if you have time to throw it. So that is going to do it for this portion of our spread offensive ebook. This is my absolute favorite formation in the game, and it has been for years. I really hope this helps you all win some more games online. If you all experiment with this playbook, with this formation, and you find some new things that you really like, please let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I will be happy to share them on the channel. I will do an updated ebook later on in the year as I find more tips and tricks for this specific formation, because this is the main formation that I run in online Madden Ultimate Team, for that matter. So please leave a like on the video if you like the video. My last 30 games online on Next Gen, I'm 29-1. This scheme has been working for me beautifully. It's a really, really nice scheme. It just absolutely destroys zone coverage, and if you have your ability set up right, it's going to destroy man too. It's one of the most frustrating offenses in the game because the run is so good as well. So please leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content, including parts 2, 3, and 4 of this spread offensive ebook. This is going to be a super long one. I'm really dedicated to this offense. I think I'm going to be running it all year, and I want to bring all of my tips and tricks to you all to help you become better Madden players. That being said, it's your boy Killer Cam Friend. Thanks so much for watching. I know it was a long one. I'm out. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.